The global climate has shifted over time, which is a natural occurring cycle. These cycles are related to Earth's cyclic changes in orbit, axis, and its wobble. Truehill and Thurman, in Essentials of Oceanography, published in 2020, refer to these Milankovitch cycles, which happen in 100,000, 41,000, and 23,000 year intervals, respectively. However, the current warming trends can't be explained by these cycles. Lindsay and Dahlman, in an article posted on March 21st of 2021 on climate.gov, showed a trend in temperature increasing from 1880 to present. They found that in that time period, there's been about a 1 degree Celsius increase. Trujillo and Thurman noted that a 1 degree increase in temperature can have drastic effects on the climate of the planet. Unless halted, average increase in temperature could get up to 6 degrees Celsius over the next 100 years. The general consensus among climatologists is that humans are causing climate change. However, public opinion has lagged behind. It's common knowledge that burning of fossil fuels is probably due to the current trends in increasing temperature, and public officials and the general public need to be educated on the consequences that climate change can have, as well as learn to generate energy without the use of fossil fuels. To understand climate change, we first must see how fossil fuels are made and how the carbon cycle works. Coal is a major fossil fuel that we burn today to generate power, such as electricity. However abundant, it takes millions of years to form. Tsai et al. Noted that the earliest coal that we use today was formed about 65 million years ago in an article sponsored by the University of Calgary published in 2019. What this means is that coal takes millions of years to form under high pressure and has a relatively finite abundance. If fossil fuels are responsible for increasing the temperature today, why is it that in geologic time temperatures have stayed relatively stable? To answer this question, we first must define why burning fossil fuels are warming the atmosphere. Fossil fuels release carbon dioxide as a byproduct, which is a main constituent in greenhouse gases that humans emit. The Earth has a buffering system that is traditionally used to filter out carbon dioxide in the atmosphere, that results in keeping it constant. Trujillo and Thurman, in their book on 2020, refers to this carbon cycle as the interaction between the atmosphere and plants that generate energy from carbon dioxide with the addition of photosynthesis. They also note that oceans are one of the largest carbon sinks on Earth, and they have a separate buffering system that's responsible for keeping pH levels in the oceans stable. An influx of carbon dioxides in the oceans can acidify them, leaving large portions of the ocean unlivable to many marine animals and plants. Even a small increase in temperature can lead to seasonal temperature extremes, intensify weather conditions such as hurricanes, and melt sea ice in the polar regions, raising the sea level worldwide. And this was noted by Lindsay Dahlman in their article published in 2021. Data seems to note that humans are a strong influence on climate change. However, public opinion isn't as homogeneous as the rest of the scientific community. In 2006, Al Gore won the Nobel Peace Prize for his work on a documentary called An Inconvenient Truth, which takes the global climate crisis under the microscope. Even with great public work such as this, many people still deny that humans have any act in causing climate change. One of the reasons is the use of the term global warming, which refers to the average global temperature increase during that time. However, this term was taken out of context by media outlets that lacked the understanding that this was referring to an overall average of global temperatures. Today, we use the common term climate change to remove the issue of false context where media outlets when they were discussing global warming. Haltliner and Sarath Chandra, in an article they published in 2021, examined the skepticism of the public with regards to climate change. They found that 97% of climate scientists agree that human activities are much the cause of climate change. However, 33% of the general public deny this fact. People studying climate change, this is a very troubling disparity, especially with the urgency of addressing the issue. Changing the attitudes of people worldwide in the general public, and especially for people who have a hand in making policies to help with the issue, should make this objective a high priority so that future generations can inherit a better world. Trujillo and Thurman, as noted earlier, said only a couple degrees of global temperature can drastically change ecological and biological aspects of the ocean and shift biomes on land. Trujillo and Thurman also said in their book in 2020 that since 1950, warming oceans has increased intensity of hurricanes, increasing the likelihood of category 4s and 5s in that period. Shifting away from fossil fuels as a way of generating energy is a way we can change the earth for the better and give our children and our children's children a better world to live in. Demanding action of elected officials is important in this aspect. Trujillo and Thurman also looked at other ways that energy can be produced via clean, renewable energy, ranging from harnessing wave and tidal energy to wind and solar technology. We have the technology to shift away from the harmful practices that often emit greenhouse gases in the atmosphere, but the policies must reflect the crisis at hand, so we have the opportunity to hand a better world to successive generations and take action to acknowledge the science behind the current temperature increase. Thank you.